Welcome back to Episode 4. Tabitha sat in class with a lightness she wasn't used to carrying. Her notes were organized, her homework was done, and maybe most surprising of all, she actually felt ready for the day. Things were going well, really well. Cameron had ridden the bus with her that morning. Even now, just thinking about him made her stomach flutter. Their relationship was still new, still soft around the edges, but it filled her with a quiet sense of hope. He made her laugh. He listened. He made her feel seen in a way she hadn't expected. In the middle of taking notes, she caught herself smiling at her notebook, remembering the notification she'd received a few days earlier. The video she uploaded with Zoe and Crystal had finally paid out. Not a fortune, but enough to feel real enough to prove that her creativity mattered. She'd split the earnings with them immediately, and the group chat had exploded with excited emojis and plans for their next upload. For the first time in a long time, Tabitha felt like she was building something. Her thoughts drifted to the night before. She'd talked to Latasha about the unexpected call she'd gotten from Harmony, her old friend. Harmony wanted to come stay for the weekend. She said she missed Tabitha. She said she wanted to reconnect. Tabitha had been nervous to ask, but she'd done it anyway. And Latasha said yes. But the yes came wrapped in hesitation. Tabitha replayed that tone in her mind. Reluctant, protective, maybe even a little worried. And she understood why. Harmony had a way of bringing energy with her, and sometimes that energy was chaos. Still, Tabitha couldn't help feeling a spark of excitement. Maybe this visit could be good. The bell rings, snapping her back to the present. Tabitha is in her usual spot, eating her tuna sandwich, finally. Across the table, Everly is mid-story, hands flying everywhere, absolutely living for the drama she's retelling. Zoe sits beside her, catching up on some studying. And Cameron, bless him, he's just trying to blend in with the girls, nodding along like he's fully invested, even though he's clearly lost somewhere around plot twist number 3. And Tabitha, she just lets herself be here. No pressure, no expectations, just a good sandwich, good friends, and a moment where everything feels simple in the best possible way.
Yanka Bamu Zampa Grasha Hemba Believe? Huh? Pana Diola Minchi Benata Oh, Ulak Yemful Apolachaba Torky.
Tabitha casually asks Everly if she's going to the basketball match later. Of course she is. Everly answers with that bright, effortless confidence she's known for. There is a little ache that Tabitha tries not to show, the one that lingers from not getting onto the cheer team. She brushes it off quickly, keeping her smile steady. She will be there to support Cameron.
Rinka Shalbo. Oh, fine.
And so we're back for afternoon classes. The hall's quiet, that post-lunch buzz fading as everyone is in their seats. Tabitha is seated, notebook open, trying to refocus her brain after the chaos of the cafeteria. Miss Mahajan stands at the front of the room, teaching with her usual calm, steady voice, the kind that somehow makes even the driest topics feel important. Tabitha writes everything down, determined to stay on top of things. She's working hard, doing her best to keep her mind from wandering back to the basketball match later. It's just another school afternoon, but it's also the last day before the weekend and the day she finally gets to see Harmony.
Oh, Gosha!
Sua! Shanka! Githar!
And across the hall, in the other classroom, Mr. Morland is teaching. His voice carries that steady, slightly stricter tone he's known for. The room feels different from Tabitha's, quieter, more focused, almost heavy with concentration as he moves through the lesson. The final bell signals the start of the weekend. This Friday evening wasn't just any evening. This evening was the Copperdale basketball match, the one that team had been training for, sweating for. The arena is alive with a noisy crowd, the air buzzing with excitement. Cameron invites Tabitha into one of the private boxes overlooking the arena. He introduces her first to his father, who greets her with a polite wave, and then to his mother, who immediately pulls Tabitha into a huge, welcoming hug. As they pull apart, Tabitha notices the gentle curve of Cameron's mother's stomach.
Scoring rescue, Rutgers foul, number 33, Deshaun Freeman. His second personal foul, the Scarlet Knights' 10th team foul. CJ Walker on the line for the Seminoles.
The room is alive with that perfect post-game glow. everyone freshly showered, dressed, and riding the high of victory. The music pulses just enough to feel it in your chest, but not so loud that people can't talk over it. Across the room, the food table is already half raided. Chase and Greta right now, they are in their own world. They're just locked in on each other, swaying together like they don't even hear the music, and it's kind of adorable. Patricia and Wade, and Kerry and Malcolm, yeah, look at them. They're all happily celebrating Copperdale's win. And the second that music hits, it's like the whole room lights up. You can tell how much this win means to the team. All the practices, the late nights, the stress, it all melts away right here on this dance floor. Oh, look! Crystal and Bentley seem to be getting on really well. Really well. You can feel that little spark starting to form between them. Cameron pulls Tabitha in a little closer. He leans in, whispering something only she can hear, thanking her for coming to the basketball match, for being there for him tonight. And as they sway together, just being cute, the whole moment feels soft and effortless. Tabitha thanked him for sorting out a private box for Everly, Harmony and her to watch the match. Harmony, who's spending the weekend with Tabitha, has definitely caught someone's attention tonight. One of the players from the opposing team, Jacopo, and yep, they've swapped numbers. The whole crew is just soaking up the after party right now. Everywhere you look, someone's laughing, dancing, or deep in conversation. Back outside Tabitha's house, Harmony is saying goodbye to Jacopo. They really hit it off during the party, and it's hopefully one of those goodbyes that isn't an ending, but the start of something new. Back at the apartment, everyone is now sound asleep. Harmony is curled up on the sofa, resting for a day of adventure ahead. Tabitha is asleep in her bed, exhausted from cheering for Cameron during the basketball match. Latasha was already in bed, fast asleep by the time they arrived home. The next morning, sunlight spills through the big front windows of the thrifty store, and gentle, steady music drifts through the shop. Coming here today feels different for Tabitha. Her stride carries a quiet confidence. She's shopping with her own money she earned from her dance videos. Not luck, not charity, her work, her talent, her voice. And that makes every hanger she touches feel like a small victory. And right on cue, another royalty payment comes in from the dance video she filmed with Zoe and Crystal. Later on, she'll make sure they get their share. Tabitha slips into the changing room and tries on the first outfit. When she steps in front of the mirror, she actually likes what she sees. This is so much better for her new dance videos. Yeah, she likes it. She really likes it. She changes again, pulling on a party outfit next. Harmony mentioned trying to get into a club tonight, so Tabitha needs something fun, something she can move in, something to make her look older. As she checks the fit, she can already picture the two of them on the dance floor later, laughing and letting the night unfold. Tabitha pays for her outfits and meets Harmony by the counter, ready to grab some bubble tea as a treat. Harmony has been in Tabitha's life for as long as she can remember. One of the few bright, familiar things from the years before her mother passed. Back then, Harmony was the girl who lived 2 streets over. The one who always showed up with a wild idea, a scraped knee, or a plan that probably wasn't allowed. She is the kind of friend who can turn a quiet afternoon into an adventure without even trying. She's fun, unpredictable, and fiercely loyal. But she's also the type who pushes boundaries just to see what happens, and sometimes drags Tabitha along for the ride. Latasha has never been a fan of that part. To her, Harmony is trouble wrapped in glitter, a bad influence with good intentions. She doesn't trust the chaos Harmony brings, especially now that Tabitha is finding her footing again. Latasha worries Harmony will pull her sister off track, the way she's done before. Harmony catches Tabitha up on everything that's been happening since she moved away to Newcrest. Sitting here now, listening to her, makes Tabitha feel like a piece of her old life has finally caught up with her new one. Harmony accompanies Tabitha to the recreational centre, where Tabitha starts showing her some of the moves she's been working on. Harmony watches for a moment, but then she literally steps in and shows Tabitha how to go harder. Before long, the two of them are building a routine together. Tabitha smoothing out the transitions, Harmony adding the spice.
Take the clothes right off my back, put the knife against my throat. Say you leave and won't come back, but I'll find a way to forgive you. Cut the strings off my guitar, stomp your heels into my toes, steal the keys right out my car, and I'll find a way to forgive you. I fight 1,000 guys.
Tabitha goes into the media studio and hunches over the editing station, her eyes locked onto the timeline as she scrubs back and forth through the footage. After Tabitha uploads the video, she heads out of the studio, eager to find Harmony.
Darfa.
She finds Harmony in the cafe downstairs. And look at this. Harmony's already chatting with someone.
Buena. Oh, kiss a noise suizo. Fasanoi Valpim. Vonti.
Tabitha walks over, takes a seat, and says hello. The guy turns around and casually says hello back, almost nonchalantly, his attention still squarely on Harmony. She finds out his name is Andre, and he launches into this story about how he's staying in the dorms over at the University of Brightchester. And then, get this, he tells Harmony there's a party happening tonight and invites both of them. So yeah, it looks like the girls might be heading to Brightchester for a little campus chaos. At the apartment, the girls are getting ready. Tabitha's in the bathroom, Harmony's in her bedroom.
Uh-huh.
Ah, yips.
Krez Frong
Zika?
Borb. Kuzip!
Gelbador? Ben trip. Miss Yepany.
After Tabitha finishes getting ready, she asks, "So what's happening with you and Jacopo?" Harmony doesn't miss a beat. He was fun, but that was yesterday. This is today. Luckily, Latosha is out on another date because there is no way she would have allowed Tabitha to leave the house in this outfit. Tabitha and Harmony go to the Brightchester University campus. So the second the girls step inside, boom! Andre is right there at the door, like he's been waiting all night just to greet them. And you can already hear the bass thumping from the common room. This party is alive, you guys. The dorm has students dancing, laughing, over the music. It's pure Brightchester chaos. Andre immediately locks into conversation with Harmony, and they're vibing. Meanwhile, Tabitha's just standing there like a third wheel. Tabitha notices a guy next to her trying to get her attention, but honestly, she's not even paying attention. She's half-turned, still keeping an eye on Harmony and Andre. She decides she should at least try to make conversation. So she brings up the weather. Yeah, we're at that level. And the guy answers politely. But the truth is, they're absolutely not clicking. Nothing. No spark, no rhythm, just pure awkward energy.
Plushi Zabrisi. Sabani.
Uchima.
Borbahe.
Taking a break from dancing, the guy finally introduces himself as Matthew. Tabitha gives him a polite, "Nice to meet you, Matthew," and then immediately excuses herself to go grab a drink.
Yigla.
Rule.
Yigla.
So while Tabitha's over there trying to survive the world's most awkward small talk, let's check in on Harmony and Andre because, wow, these two are hitting it off. Andre is talking about dorm life, and Harmony's doing that soft laugh she only does when she's genuinely enjoying someone's company. They're standing way too close for this to be casual party chatter, and the chemistry is practically glowing. You can just feel it. They're clicking effortlessly, naturally.
So.
Lepatow.
Get
Yip to me.
Moose. Black. Ben trip. Zigafit. Sposhim. Squam.
Nish.
Prabara. Abri Bobia. Yeah. Ben trip. Flamon. Ah. Truxanebe.
Yibs.
Yips.
Calgo.
Black. Ben trip. Zigafit. The sour barley. Yeah. Ladada.
Brunchel Harfin, huh? Meeb. Shorsa Quonk.
So Harmony, feeling bold, turns to Andre and goes, "Hey, help me do a keg stand." And Andre, of course, is all in. He's hyping her up, and then, whoops, Andre loses his grip. Harmony drops straight onto the floor, landing on her rear with a thud you can practically feel through the screen.
Yibs.
Meanwhile, Tabitha's over here eating with Matthew again, trying to spark some kind of conversation. But nope, it's just not happening. The vibe is flatter than a broken speaker.
Kasib, Nabatani.
The party's finally winding down, and Tabitha's thinking it might be time to dip. Harmony suddenly appears beside her. There you are. Tabitha says. Yeah, here I am, Harmony replies. Maybe we should go. Tabitha studies her for a moment. You're sure? You looked like you were having fun with Andre. Yeah, it was fine. I'm just kinda over it. I'll just say bye to Andre. Enchanté, Andre says, reaching for Harmony's hand. Harmony immediately pulls her hand back. She was over it, so over it. I just wanted to say goodbye, she adds, trying to smooth it over. But disappointment hit her the moment she stepped out of the dorm room with Andre. That whole experience, it distinguished any spark she'd felt earlier. The next day, Tabitha was jolted awake in the early hours of the morning by the sound of her phone ringing. It was Cameron calling, insisting she come jogging with him. So here we are, jogging. When she met up with him, she saw that Chase was there too. She hadn't expected that. During the session, she gets tired and falls back. It's sweet. They slow down and wait for her, and Chase naturally takes the lead, guiding the pace while giving her and Cameron space to chat and jog together.
Ravuda.
They all decide to grab breakfast. The run wiped them out, and duck into a cozy little diner that smells like coffee and pancakes. They slide into a booth, still catching their breath. Tabitha waves the waiter over, ready to order. Chase is the first to speak. You really kept up today, he says. Didn't think you'd survive that last stretch. I was quite impressed. Trust me, I didn't think I'd survive it either. Halfway through, I was already planning my dramatic collapse. If you two hadn't slowed down, I'd still be out there somewhere, lying on the ground. Chase nods his head. You did better than you think. The first few runs always feel like the world is ending. He nods toward her. If you keep a steady pace and breathe from your diaphragm, it gets easier. Don't push too hard at the start. Save a little for the end.
Mobsy.
This food is taking a long time to get here, Tabitha observes impatiently. Ah, and here it is. Tabitha has bacon and eggs with a steaming cup of Earl Grey tea. Chase has breakfast scramble with a tall glass of orange juice. And finally, Cameron has waffles, stacked, syrupy, and paired with his own orange juice. Tabitha nods along to whatever Cameron and Chase are talking about, but her mind keeps drifting back to last night, the dorm party. She'd been excited, really excited to go to something older, cooler, more grown up. It wasn't her scene, not even close. Harmony, though, Harmony fit right in. And then there was that moment, the one Tabitha can't stop replaying. Harmony disappearing into Andre's dorm room and coming out later with a completely different energy. Not excited, not flirty, not even annoyed, just off, closed off, like she'd shut a door inside herself. What happened in there? Harmony brushed it off when she asked, but Tabitha knows her too well. Something wasn't right. When Tabitha finally tunes back in, Cameron is saying, "And I'm looking forward to being a big brother." Poor child, Chance quips. Tabitha lifts her hand to get the waiter's attention. "Can we get the bill, please?" She insists on paying. As they step out of the diner, the scent of coffee and syrup fades behind them. Back at home, Tabitha barely gets through the front door before her sister pulls her into a hug. "Come sit down," her sister says, guiding her toward the couch. She takes a breath before continuing. "You're grounded for a week, and I sent Harmony home. She's had you out all night, God knows where."
Squirmish! Roy? Ah!
Grounded for a week? Harmony sent home. And apparently I need better influences. And Harmony, I don't know what to think. And that's where we're going to leave it for today. Tabitha's grounded, Harmony's gone, and there are definitely some questions hanging in the air. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, and come back for episode 5.